Good afternoon. I'm Delmer Nott. I am the Reeve of the Arm of St. Francis. I am here today at the intersection number 1 and 26 to explain to you how dangerous it is for our people to get across this highway. We have traffic, as you can see, numerous semis coming through here. We have a small staging area there that we have to stop on, and traffic going that way. So right now, this car is faced with 4 lanes of traffic going 110. One way and 2 lanes going the other way. So 2 lanes going east, 2 lanes going west, all moving at 110. Now we have a vehicle coming here that wants to make a left-hand turn. So now we got this car, this vehicle, and this truck, and that car had to go into 2 lanes that are going 110. This guy has to come across here, 2 lanes doing 110 at least. So traffic moves here from anywhere from 90 to 120. That is our staging area, size of a postage stamp. That's what people have to stop on. Once they get through these 2 lanes, they gotta stop there and stage to get an opening on those 2 lanes where the traffic is going 110. So you add that at night, and you'll see that there's a turning lane up there that provides another level of traffic. So now you have 3 sets of headlights coming at you from that way. You may have 3 sets of headlights coming from this way. Now this truck is trying to get across here. So he's got to get across. He's got to stop at the postage stamp. Now he's got to merge into a lane that's going 110. This car has now got to go across, do the same thing. Stop at the postage stamp if you can, or try and merge at 110. It's an accident that's waiting to happen. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when, and how many people need to die before we get this attention that we need. We have school buses coming through here every morning, all trying to make that. This guy's trying to get across again. Look at the traffic's coming, they're going there. And this is constant. This is every day. It's a busy corner. We have semis coming across here as well. There's no way a semi can stage in there. It's impossible. There's no way for a school bus to stage in there. It's impossible with a load of kids. It's absolutely impossible. Our council wants to be proactive. We have a responsibility to our citizens to do what we can to protect them. This is what we need to do. We need to bring attention to this matter. I do not want to be standing here in the future on the blood of our people. My heart went out to Carberry. My heart went out to the volunteer fire department. As a municipality, our obligation is to try and prevent that from happening to us, to our people, to our volunteer fire department. This is avoidable. This is definitely avoidable. But somebody's got to help us.
I'm Jim Proulx, Deputy Reeve and Councillor for Ward 2. We haven't had necessarily head-on collisions and stuff. We've had a bunch of near misses. Like every winter, with people coming around the corner and trying to brake quickly, the semis will jackknife, and you got them end up in the ditch, end up over on this portion that our fire department's dispatched. And luckily, we haven't had any fatalities. There's been a couple of collisions on the turn into here during the winter because the vehicles will slide through, and luckily again it was near misses and we didn't end up in fatalities. We want to kind of stand here, and hopefully you can take notice that we don't want to be doing a memorial here and putting up flowers. We'd like to do something, whether it's having a system of lights like Eli has, because their traffic's quite similar to ours coming in and going inside of town. And I'd say every year, we could check with the fire department, but probably 4 or 5 incidents here a year during the winter months mostly.
Hi there, my name is Marcel, Councillor for Ward 3 here in the municipality of St. Francis. We're here to talk about the intersection today, and the Reeve and Deputy Reeve have done a good job of explaining some of the problems. They suggested that perhaps what I could talk about is some of my own personal concerns when it came to some of my children growing up. I have 3 kids that recently all got the driver's license. We look at this intersection and we say to ourselves, well, okay, you can manage this perhaps if you're a seasoned driver and you're an experienced driver, well, what happens to young people when they get here? There's a lot of confusion as to what's expected. And as our three kids were going through the process of getting their licenses and learning the ins and the outs of what to do and what not to do, we were really, really, really concerned about what could happen here. To the point where we asked them at times to avoid this intersection, take the service road, go a mile down, and the staging area between the two highways is much, much, much bigger. And they have more of an opportunity to get to the middle, take a look, and then decide whether to pursue. As you can see behind us, things are happening fast, and making decisions in a split second when you're a young driver is a lot to expect from them. And that's been my biggest fear, is somebody who's young and inexperienced, or anybody who's inexperienced at driving, is going to come here, get confused, and make a mistake. And it's going to take one mistake, and as they said before, one mistake, and we're going to have a horrible tragedy. You know, and so from a personal lens, those are the sorts of things that I've worried about. Boyfriends and girlfriends come over. We say on your way home, please don't use this. Please go down a mile and cross over there. Far safer. And not just my children, obviously. Everybody's kids and everybody who's inexperienced driving. We're concerned. You know, and we would just like this to be addressed. The volume of traffic over the last 3 years, I've been here over 50 years, the volume of traffic has increased tremendously. You know, with the truck traffic and delivery of goods across the country, you know, it's busy. It's very, very, very busy. And as a result, dangerous.
Is the community speaking up and asking when is something going to be done? Are you getting much feedback from the community?
People talk about it all the time. I think I wouldn't say people are complacent. That's not it. But people are used to working through this dangerous situation. It doesn't mean they're not concerned. It means that a lot of them pay particular attention. And I think most of our public here are pretty good. But visitors, people who are coming over to your house to visit, then they've got to go home. They cross this. As I said, it's a very confusing intersection, and you need to make decisions quickly. But yeah, people speak up about it all the time. And in particular, they're wondering why, when this whole area was resurfaced about a half dozen years ago, why this wasn't addressed. Because really, they redid the highway. They redid it in the exact same situation format that it was before. So they solved no problems. You know, we don't have a merge lane getting on over there. I mean, you got to jump from 0 to 120 kilometers an hour. Even that would have taken a huge chunk of the risk away, and it wasn't done. So whether the planning, there was no foresight in the planning, maybe there wasn't enough push, locally to have something different done, or perhaps we weren't even aware of what the plan was. But boy, that was a big miss. They had an opportunity to address it, and they didn't.